Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Love Soul Connection Intimate Series, where we invite a guest and we talk to them about some topic related to intimacy, sex education, parenting, things which can really help you in today's world and the problems that you struggle with. So, today I have with me a coach who is a productivity coach, and she works with parents and kids, and she empowers them to unlock their full potential by building focus, managing distractions, developing productive habits. Through these connection driven techniques and some practical strategies that she shares, she helps families to create routines that can foster success in school, at home, and beyond. So let's welcome Ambika Shyam Sundar, who's here with us today as a parenting and productivity coach.
Hello, Meeta ji. Thank you. Thank you for
Hi,
this
Ambika.
warm welcome. Hello. I'm Ambika Shyamsundar, founder of Naturo East Tribe. I'm a natural parenting and kids productivity coach. I'm an ex-research associate, spent 10 years plus in research institutes handling both parents and kids projects, studying their behaviors. I have three boyfriends, my husband, and two sons. So 6 years back, I have to be like behind my children for each and everything, including from their sending them to school, packing their tiffin box, telling about their homeworks, even organizing their shelves for each and every little actions. And I used to get angry, frustrated, irritated, like for all their actions, most of their actions. My talking style, mostly it was in a strict tone, always disciplining them. I wanted them to guide, but I couldn't do that time. So then I figured out it can't be like outside in approach. It has to be like inside out approach. Then what I understood, the real art of parenting is connecting to the kids in the transforming form for both the parents and the kids. So that's where I created this um, while talking to uh, like while talking to the most of the parents and teens and pre-teens, I came up with this structure that where now I am helping both the parents and the teens and pre-teens to achieve focus, become kind, and channelize their productivity through stable parenting strategies to create young monk leaders. So this is where I am.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful thing that you're doing. Today's kids need a lot of support. They are so overwhelmed with so much information available to them, and they get misguided very easily. They are very short tempered. They have no patience. So I guess you have to struggle with all of these things, and parents are always, struggling with these things. And so I guess you're helping them to work on this.
Yeah.
Great, amazing work that you're doing. So, I'm an intimacy coach and a sexuality educator. I
Mhm.
am talking a lot about sex education, puberty, issues related to sexual energy, premarital stuff, and intimacy in a very, very descriptive way, because intimacy is not just about sex, it is a lot more than that. It is emotional, spiritual, intellectual. There are so many angles to it. And when couples lose that edge, when they uh, you know find a disconnect in their intimacy, that's where all the other problems then start becoming big, because communication stops and everything else starts becoming a bigger problem. And definitely, when kids happen, then again, there is a gap in intimacy. And so I enable couples on how they can come out of it. I also work with couples who have now grown up kids, and they say that now we are just together with each other, kids are living their own lives. So what do? We want to have a more intimate relationship, where we are connected with each other. We've been disconnected for so long. So I help them with a lot of all these things, and I also do talks on consent, boundaries in schools, colleges, to empower the youth of today, that they should know where they are going, how they should live their lives, and everything that they read on the internet is actually short lived and not so genuine and true. So they shouldn't
Okay.
depend on that.
That's a wonderful book. Yeah. People need this
Yeah,
kind of an intimacy. Yes.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, so coming to the first question that I would like to
Mhm.
ask you, how does cultivating emotional intimacy within the family impact a child's ability to stay focused and productive in school or at home?
Yeah. So there are a few mistakes when like parents do commonly. Maybe we can take the first one. Usually, when most of the parents wanted to connect with their child, they
Yeah.
start the conversation with disciplining them. But somewhere the connection is dropped towards beginning. It's
Yes.
actually we can say the connection is first and then correction next. So connection first, correction next. So
Correct.
emotionally connecting with the child is the first step that every time as parents we can start our day or starting our conversation with them. So let's
Hmm.
bring our smile in each other's face. That's we can bring as a first step.
Okay.
So let me go to the second mistake. Like then most of the parents start asking about the school homeworks, starting to disciplining. They tell just finish your homework and then go out and play. Or some other parents tell, okay, finish few of your homework and then go to dance class at 8 p.m. Something like that. The usual conversations are here. What I want to intimate most important part is the child is not given the space to think. It's all
Hmm.
the parent words, like whatever the parents wants to talk with the child has to start doing it. That's it. The child
Hmm.
has to do what the parents are thinking. Child is missing that chance to think, not given the chance to plan its day. It's
Hmm.
always that
Hmm.
little fun they have that during the conversation is like having fun. And what else is the when the kids start having the fun, the parent label it as that bad labels like naughty, bad boy, or bad girl, something like that. Always
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
that that is not directing them towards the goal. Okay, so
Correct.
parents
Correct.
don't understand which subject is the child interested in, which the child has to be more focused on. So these are the
Hmm.
things the parent have to understand. And talking about the child's ability to stay focused, there are few strategies like at the period of time for the long run, the parents can ask question to specifically to the child. Okay, so how do you want to uh, how do you want to design your time? So that's kind of an open-ended question will direct the child towards the focus and productivity. Yeah. So, Meeta like you are an intimacy coach, I just wanted to know about this part, like how strengthening the emotional intimacy between the partners, like both mom and dad, creates a positive environment where children feel supported.
Yeah, yeah. So intimacy is very important, right? So from the beginning, what we are taught from society is that, okay, if you want to do something, you go inside and do it in the bedroom. So parents need to start showing their child what intimacy is all about. So they should hug, they should cuddle, they should hold hands, they should support each other in front of the child. So when the child sees that, then the child will know that, my parents have so much love between them that I can also reach out to them. The other thing, like you said, communication is extremely important. So instead of imposing everything that you want to do, or maybe it was your dream and your parent was imposing it on you, instead of that, if you talk about it with your child, where three of you, the mother, the father, and the child, they sit down and they have a very open conversation that this is what I think you want to might interest you, and then the child gets a space to talk and say that, okay, this is what you think, but maybe this is not what it is, this is what I want to do. So, because that emotional connection is there, that emotional intimacy is built, so then in that way, they are able to communicate and talk about what they want instead of, just having like a straightforward routine: get up, brush your teeth, get ready, go to school, come back, do your homework, sleep for some time, get up, go out and play, go for dance class, go for swimming class, go for this class, go for that class, come home, have dinner, go to sleep. This is not the life that we want our parents, our kids to live, right? We need them to be able to speak up and say. And how will that happen? That will only happen when they see the parents having that emotional connection. So both the
Yeah.
parents have to talk to each other. Anything related to the kid, they should discuss it first, then bring it out in the open. It's not necessary that both parents always have to be available. It might be difficult for working women or working men, of course, but they need to find that balance and still create that stable environment at home. So that is the way it needs to go.
Yeah, that's a yes, balance and stable environment. Wonderful thing. Yes.
Yes, correct. So now in today's world, there are too many distractions, right? Internet is there, TV, social media, all of these things are like clouding our minds, all the time. So, what are some gentle connection building techniques that you would like to share with our parents, so that they can build better habits?
Yeah. So, when, like, as you said, the distractions. So, when the parents start disciplining their child, actually, instead of the parents telling to the child, both of them can come up with the distraction list. Okay, this is the usual exercise what we do in our tribe, in our community, parenting community. So
Okay.
usually the parents and the kids bring the list. So
Hmm.
first the parents bring the list. So usually, let me tell you the example like screen time or talking to the siblings or wanted to finish it fast and quickly so that that particular subject and they don't want to waste their time and sit and do for a longer time of that particular
Hmm.
homework. Okay, and telling some excuses like about like the child couldn't copy or fully, okay, the notes which were taken in the school or missed that notebook in the classroom, and there are like so many, okay, parents do tell about this. So it's better if they bring that list so that it's a common list made by both the parents and the child, so that even the child gets aware, okay, these are the things what I am also in the distraction list. So that's the
Hmm.
first step. Okay, that is one of the simple technique what we start with. And then let
Very
me
good.
go deeper. Like when I tell about one particular distraction, as you said, there are so many a screen, a TV, mobile thing, so gadgets, right? So
Hmm.
if the child is distracted by the screen time or the other sibling is seeing it, so what the
Hmm.
child can do is the child before starting the homework part or after the after coming from the school, the child can be asked particular questions like open-ended question to schedule its own time, okay, after the school, like during the study hours, like what is the
Hmm.
specific time for the screen time and for the focus time, whatever the child's
Sure.
want. So
Hmm.
that's how the child will learn about the time management, right? And the child itself have to do it. So that's where the self-regulation mode will come. So that's
Hmm.
where we
Hmm.
are in. Okay, so that's the first simple technique. And slowly, slowly, when the child is understanding about the goal, and that's how I am trying, vying, dekho to, I am liking, liking, this to hai na. धीमे धीमे slowly slowly I'm learning सीखूं वीखूं नई style. हाँ सीखूं वी को नई आदत. So that's where we are,
Right.
right? We want to build up their
New
small,
habit.
small, yeah, the small, small actions into habit. So yes.
Hmm.
So about this thing, I want to know more about like how emotionally, how emotionally, like enriching tech-free techniques, environment we can create for the children through like parental collaboration. I think you might have a better idea on that, Neeta ji. Can you please tell on
Yes.
that?
Yes, absolutely. So, like you said, that the kids should maybe, come up with their own thing that this is what I would like to do in my free time after I have finished my studies, my school, all that is done. So, that is again where the parents come in, right? So, they need to create distraction free zones. That's the first thing that they can do, which is what, say, for example, when they all sit down for dinner on the table, then that is a mobile free zone. No laptops, no mobiles are allowed on the dining table. So when they are sitting together for dinner, the kid helps the mom to uh, put everything together on the table, the plates, the khana, all of that. The maybe the husband is sitting and he's also doing that. And then all of them come down together, sit down, and while they are eating, they are concentrating, focusing on the food, as well as they are having a more quality conversation, where they are maybe talking about things that they can do, what happened at school, or maybe the wife is asking the husband, how was your day at work? Or they are having a playful conversation about something, something coming up, some travel thing that they want to plan. So, this is quality time which the family is spending together. This is the first thing that every family can do. And it can be for 15-20 minutes. And then, okay, everyone separates and then they go back to, what they are doing. The husband will maybe go back to the phone because he has to check his emails, or he has to maybe do a few calls, and things like that. So, segregating it and clearly defining it, that, okay, these are your distraction free zones. The same thing can even apply for the kids, that once they enter their bedroom and they are going to bed, then the mobiles are taken away so that they can peacefully sleep, or read a book before sleeping. So inculcating these kind of habits in a kid is also a parent's responsibility, right? Because kids will not know what is right, what is not. But if you just put the mobile in front of them for every little thing, and every little excuse or every little time that you want, then that is not the right way to look at it. So that's how you can do it. And parents can also spend some time together, so the child understands that this is the time when, okay, mom and dad are talking, I'm not supposed to interrupt, I'm not supposed to go in between. They are talking about something important, and it is happening without any technology, without any mobile, without any laptop. It's a conversation which is happening. A child could even see, like a Sunday is being spent where there are moments where maybe the person goes to the mobile, but mostly both the parents make an effort to completely keep the mobile and laptops away, and spend more time with each other and with the child. So when they see that, then that becomes a good thing for them, and that emotional connection stays intact.
Yeah. It's like slowly, slowly segregating the free zones and understanding. The whole family have to understand. That's a wonderful one. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, coming back to the same time, screen time, busy schedules. Okay, parents are very busy with their work also. Sometimes there are both the parents are working, right? So how can parents nurture any meaningful intimacy with their kids to create better emotional productivity? What can they do for that?
Yeah. So first of all, when you told the mentioned the word emotional regulation and productivity, what I would tell is the generally parents have this habit of general labeling of the child, like
Mm,
naughty or good boy or bad boy. It's like generalizing.
Yeah.
Okay, and this particular word, using it often will make the child feel low
Hmm.
unknowingly. And when the parents are repeating it so many times, the child has already accepted it and it's
Yeah.
already stamped in its subconscious mind. So to avoid such kind of mistakes and make the child more focused or productive, self-disciplining is more important, like rather than the parent directing. Self-disciplining is more important, like asking the open-ended questions to the child. Okay,
Hmm.
and as I told earlier, connecting more the with the positive words, appreciation. So these are the things how the parent can connect with the child. But the disciplining and routine, the child uh, has to take on its own, not
Yeah.
directing from the parent side. So when the
Yeah.
child want to have fun or wanted to talk to the other siblings,
Hmm.
okay, nobody can force the child to do it. Let's understanding the true meaning of the child to connect with its own frequently occurring emotions like
Hmm.
frustration, irritation, or sometimes we usually generalize, like parents generalize the word like unrespectful behavior from the child. But
Right.
let me tell you, the child has its own emotions. Let it come
Hmm.
naturally. Let it
Hmm.
come without any label to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that it just generally naturally comes, and let it flow effortlessly, so that after it is finished with its frustration part or angry part or however the child's behavior, parents can ask questions like the child to think, like how are you thinking to be as a kindly spoken, how can you speak more kind to that person,
Hmm. Hmm.
what did you dislike about this thing, this particular thing? Why did you react in that way? So
Yeah.
these are the common kind strategies when the parent is in a kind way asked. That's how we connect to the child. That's
Hmm.
where, as you said, I whatever I could understand, the intimacy starts, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I could figure out a little bit of productivity, how we can direct the first, the child has to zero its emotions,
Hmm. Hmm.
meaning calm to a it's the child has to come to its naturally calm state,
Hmm.
right? And
Hmm.
then the child itself will direct into its own interest, and the interest will take to the focus and, of course, to the productivity.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
this,
same thing I would like to continue with what you
yeah,
said is that you need to let the child decide, right? And that
yes,
will happen when you are showing that kind behavior. You spoke about kindness. You said that you calm down and then you talk to your child and you enable the child to be able to talk about these things, right? So
yes,
that comes from the parents. When the parents talk to each other with kindness, when they are not yelling, when there is a problem, still, they talk amicably and try to resolve it. That is what the child sees, and then the child also learns to be calm. If the child sees anger all the time, then that is what he or she learns. If the child sees calmness all the time, then that is what he or she will take away from it. So that is an important thing. And like I said, digital detox, where they can stay away from mobiles, laptops, as and when, so that you don't overwhelm the child with all
yeah,
these things. And even
mm,
when you are giving them something, even if you're giving them, like maybe a child is really crazy about, the PlayStation and loves to play his games, you define the time and also give certain bonuses maybe at times, that okay, if you've done this, then you can maybe play today for 15 minutes extra because you have, done everything that was
yeah,
required to be done.
yeah, that
So that
reward
kind of
system.
reward system celebration also works.
Yes, yes.
And that is something which parents have to do. They have to
Yeah,
be kind to themselves, they have to be kind with each other, and when that happens, then the child also gets that.
yeah. That's a wonderful thing, what you said now.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So, are there any specific exercises or rituals that you want to share about, say, communication between parents and children? I think we've covered a lot of it where we've said there should be open ended questions, there should
Mhm.
be, the child should get a chance to, talk. We've said that there should be kindness. But is there any specific, like one or two techniques that you would like to share? Like when a child shuts down for some
Yeah.
reason, for example, a child shuts down, or sometimes you are in the spur of the moment, you yell at the child, and then the child shuts down. So what do you do? Because this is a very normal situation, it happens with every parent.
Yes,
So
yes.
is there any specific thing that you'd like to share?
Yeah. So the first thing, if we bring that ritual like early in the morning after the
Mm,
bed, like usually the meditation time, as you can say,
huh.
early after the bed, like as soon as you wake up or before the bed. Okay,
Hmm,
you can
hmm.
actually choose these two timings. This is the best to connect to your subconscious mind, and it is a powerful state of the timing also. Like it actually connects whatever you say, it will connect to your subconscious mind. So that's why we take these two periods. So the
Hmm.
first ritual you can actually tell like positive self talk for whatever the child passes through the negative emotions frequently. For
Hmm.
that, you can actually create or one or two sentences positively, like affirmation kind for the
Yeah.
child. This is for the child. The second is like for the family. As you said, the parent is yelling. So the parent should also come up with the same positive self talk with some two or three sentences like, I am a calm parent, most specifically for the angry. So it is angry is a general word, but how the angry behavior is sometimes the parent shout, sometimes the parent scream, sometimes unknowingly, but they don't want to, they slap also. So, these are the certain behaviors you can actually come up with three or four sentences. That is mostly for parent as well. Okay, so
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
third part is early, like planning, positive self talks, and evening before the end of the day, self reflecting along with the family. So, in our
Hmm.
tribe,
Hmm.
the art of parenting is not, I usually tell the art of parenting is not specifically for the child, it is also for the parent as the lifelong learning. So, both the
Right.
parent and the child have their planning and reflection, self reflection part, so that they get self aware. Okay, so this is the fourth part. And we have a tracking system in our
Okay.
tribe. So for each parent and the child, it is like customized for which particular habit they want to track. So by
Hmm.
reviewing
Hmm.
weekly, so these are the few techniques what I would just tell you. And by that, you will actually understand the progress. How am I more keeping that, as you said, the angry part more often for a longer period of time, or is my longer by tracking? Yes, as of course, like 3 weeks now, how am my anger is like, which particular emotion
Hmm.
am I
Hmm.
with? So all those things there. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that sums it up very well because these things, first you are talking about making them conscious about it, then, being practicing some affirmations, and which the child will do. And like you said, it's for the parents mainly. So the parents need to exhibit that behavior more and control themselves more than the child needs to, because what the child learns is what they see. So once the parents learn to do that, then I think everything gets solved. So the parents, do these things, they practice gratitude, they do their affirmations, and meditation, I think, is a great tool. And which is what I would like to say to all the couples also, that, get together, work on your issues, do it in a calm manner, and with love, most problems can be solved.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes. So coming to the last question of today, what do you think? Self awareness in parents, how can that contribute to productivity for their children? What are the things that parents need to be mindful about? which can bring about the productivity.
Yeah. So this comes as I have told, like planning and reflection is one of the main thing, both for the parents and the child, which
Hmm.
keeps their track of their progress. That's the one of the main thing. The planning and reflection itself is an awareness. Itself is a self-awareness. And the second part is like in the self-awareness, the parent will also learn to, because most of the things, even parents miss to do the things as according to the planning. So the way
Hmm.
how the parent deals with that, that's how even the child will also copy. So this is the main trickier part there. So the way how the parent is dealing with that problem, whether the habit is improvised or whether the habit is taken to the next level, either it can be not at all started or either it can be in the progress stage. So that's all how the parent is seeing it. That's the part even the child will also look into it. So the most
Hmm.
important part is goal setting. That's how the both the parents and the child will understand which particular habit and what actual goal should I have to take. Say, for
Hmm.
example, little example I may give. Uh,
Sure.
some of the parents tell that my child is not keeping the glass into its, like the home chores. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not keeping in its place. So the child is not aware. So you can actually include the small things also in the goal, like after
Yeah.
this thing, small steps I have to keep that, and you track back like
Hmm.
daily. You can have that. So these are the few steps what I would like to tell. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and these things I think you should inculcate in the child when they are very young.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
said, that if you're going to sit down for dinner, the child is helping the mom to set up the
Yes.
table, bringing the plates, bringing the glasses. The mom is bringing the food, putting water on the table, and setting the napkins, putting the cover, all those things. So that is how you learn to help, and that is something which you inculcate in your kids early on. And so when you
Yeah.
do that, then they start practicing all these things.
Yeah.
So you've covered all of that, I think. So I don't have anything to add to that because it is not so much more about intimacy. Yeah, definitely the emotional check-ins need to be done. Even with
Yeah.
your child, one thing I would like to say here is that there are times when we get very busy with our work. Even the child is
Hmm.
busy with, his
Yeah.
own, maybe exams are coming and it's a
Yes.
very busy time. But whenever you get a chance, do an emotional check-in
Hmm.
within yourself, with your partner, as well as with your child. This is
Yeah.
something that needs to be done regularly. You cannot just, okay, I checked 2 months back, he was okay. 2 months is a long time. Maybe the next day something else happened, maybe something at school happened and the child is not sharing it. So be very conscious of how your child is also behaving, because that gives a lot of signs. And when that
Yeah.
happens, then first, between the partners, they should talk about it, resolve it, figure out what is the way forward, and do it in a very conscious manner.
Yeah.
Because that is also a part of intimacy where you are addressing the issues that your child might be coming up with or facing. So we need to
Hmm.
be very aware of that, very conscious about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like daily, regularly cleansing our emotions as well.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
Correct. So if parents could start with one small change today to improve both, say, connection and productivity in their families, just give one tip which they can take away from this conversation. What would you recommend?
Yeah. So the art of parenting is, according to me, is the kind strategies which is used naturally and effortlessly. When kept on its practice, it will surely reach its own bonding with the child to empower the child's inner power. right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So to begin with, we can actually come up with a list, like as I said,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
one action to understand the child about the likes and dislikes. Not only the child's likes and dislikes, also about the parent likes and dislikes. It includes all about the subjects, the hobbies, building the talent, and the list of emotions also to start with. So when they come up with this table itself, it itself is a great awareness that brings them to the conscious. Okay, so these are the likes and these are the dislikes. This they can start with. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. And I think what I can add to this to end is that you need to create space for that connection, right, with your child.
Yeah.
It needs
Yes.
to be done very consciously, and you can take baby steps to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, if you feel that there is always a challenge, I'm never able to communicate, get across, because a lot of miscommunication happens between children and parents, when the parent is maybe trying to discipline the child for something and the child takes it in another manner, and vice versa. It happens
Yes.
very commonly with them.
Yes. Yes.
So you need to have that space, create that space, where okay, an argument happened, hota hai, it happens, and then all of you calm down and you come back and you sit down and you have a conversation, so that you don't lose that intimacy, that emotional connection with the family. That should not get lost. So if an issue crops up, try to address it as soon as possible. Don't let it burn, boil, and come so much at the top then that it becomes a bigger issue. So when
Yeah.
it starts, especially with teenagers, because their blood is boiling, they are so new with a lot of things, their hormones are jumping, so they need a lot of support. And at that time, if you come across as someone who's just trying to discipline them, stop them, do this, don't do that, they will never listen to you. So
Yeah.
you need to create that emotional space for them where they can come and confide in you. One day you might not be willing to talk, but the next day you need to break that barrier and open that space for them. So that is what I'd like to end this with. Yes.
That's a wonderful conversation. Yeah. Maybe we will give our the viewers, whoever wants to connect with us, we will give our handles
Yes.
down.
Yeah, we'll
And
mention it in the description. So you can
yes.
definitely connect with Ambika, or you can connect with me related to the specific problems. I will share a small thing about what she does, what I do, and we'll post our social media handles, website, whatever it is, so that you can connect with any of us if at all. And
Yeah.
please also share any questions if you might have, all the listeners, anything that you need support in terms of, parenting, productivity, how, what to do, my child doesn't listen to me, how to make him do homework, then Ambika is your person, so you know who to go to, right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ambika, for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking to you and getting so many tidbits and little things which people tend to forget when they are doing their parenting. It's a huge responsibility and
Yeah.
hats off to all the parents who do it really. And it's great. It's great work that you're doing. So continue helping the parents, and I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you, Meeta ji. And I wish you a lot because the same intimacy is also required. Unless and until that's not very close with the parents, it can't replicate to the children as well. So
Yes,
the intimacy is not about only the physical, it has the certain levels like emotional and spiritual and experiential. I
yes,
was just learning before a few things. Like, yeah, that's how it is more deeper in its way. Thank
yes. It is
you.
so
That was
true.
a wonderful learning from you, Meeta ji.
Yes.
And thank you for meeting such a beautiful soul. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.